Now I'm going to tie a little fly that's so simple to tie, it's almost a shame to waste some film on tying it, but we got a number 14 hook in there, and I use a standard little nymph hook, or I use a what you call a scud hook, or it's got a little bit of shape to it. Either way, and I like a little black bead head or a tungsten bead on the top, so just a small bead head. We're tying the little caddis fly. This is what they call the old green rockworm. It's a little caddis that lives by itself on the stream, and it doesn't form a case until it's ready to pupate and emerge. So this fly is always around. It's a little worm, and they call it the little green rockworm. So I'm going to put some black thread. We're going to use a 3/0 denier thread, 140 denier, and we're going to bring that right down on the body, bring it back again, and put just a little bit of cement on that fly. The beauty of this is a lot of people tie this fly. You can tie it any way you want. There's all different ways of tying it, but I'm going to tie it in with the flat side toward the shank of the hook, and I always tie whatever I'm tying in, I always tie up front first, right down the shank. Yep. What we're using for a body on this one, for a ribbing, is this new V rib, and this is the small size 12 to 16, and it's a vinyl rib in chartreuse color. That's a vinyl rib. It's called a V rib, and I just use it pretty much for a ribbing. What we're going to dub with, again, this is a bright little green fly. It's kind of pale, but I use a chartreuse. This is a chartreuse dubbing fur I come up with. Just a bright green, but really more than a green. It's really a chartreuse. Just a little dubbing. I don't want to make this too fat, this nymph. The tendency is we all make them fatter than they need to be. And this fly works down to a size 18 or even a 20. But we're going to put a couple of wraps, and we're going to dub this right on up the shank, right to the bead, just about to the bead head. Now there's two ways of wrapping this V-rib. You can wrap it with the flat side down and the round side up. That looks good too. Or you could wrap it on the shank without any dubbing and make a worm. That works. I've seen that done. On this one, I'm going to put the flat side down and round. So we've got a nice round, and instead of really what we call ribbing it, I'm going to just go right over it, but right on up, the whole fly, right on up here, right to just below where the bead is. Tie it off, about 3 wraps. It's so simple, so funny. Now we need some legs, and I haven't found anything better than a good old peacock for a caddis. But, you know, they all work. So we're going to put a little peacock in there, a couple of wraps thread just to hold it, and only maybe 2 wraps of peacock. Well, we'll do 3. 2 wraps of peacock, and then wrap the thread over it a couple of times so you secure it in there. It's not going to come apart. And then if you want to get fancy, you could cut the top of it off so you just have the legs right on the bottom here. And then right next to the bead, I'll do a whip. And I'm going to be kind of chintzy on the whip. I'm going to do 3 wraps. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to put too much thread there. 3 wraps will hold it. Nice and tight. Voila. This is a very small little caddis worm. Little caddis larva is really what it is. The old green rockworm. And that caught my biggest fish in my life. And 2 years ago this June, fishing on the Madison River, I took a full 30-inch male brown trout that weighed, not sure what the weight was. I'm calling him 10 pounds, but he weighed 10 pounds 3 hours after I caught him. I harvested the fish, and I've been a taxidermist for 40 years. And when I saw that fish, I wanted to have the pleasure of mounting that fish for fishing game. And when I pass on, that fish is going to hang in Bozeman, and it's 30 inches long, and probably the largest fish I ever heard of coming from the Madison River. On that little size 14 green caddis rockworm.